Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Blade Warband Viking Conquest here in the British Isles, where things aren't going too well. We've lost both Cuil Nam and Goban to two different factions. We lost Goban to the Ulaid, this Irish faction here, and we've lost Cuil Nam here to the Norwegians, who are arguably the much bigger threat to us. If I sound ill, I do apologise. It's because I'm ill, so if I sound croaky or a little like I sound about 30 a day, I apologise. I'm not on top form. That's okay. What is more of a concern is what on earth we're going to do here, because we have 4 troops and there's only 248 inside Cairojed, and from memory Cairojed is not that good of a not that much of a defensible fortress from memory. It's just kind of your bog standard fortress. I don't think it's going to do anything that useful in terms of protection. I have to find a way forward. We have 4 Norse freedmen here. The problem is all my normal recruiting grounds are kind of out of action because I'm at war with them all. I've got a decent amount of money, but morale is very low. I don't want to be spending money unnecessarily. I'm going to have to go back to kind of towards kind of Northumbrian territory and pick up some troops around here, hopefully. I mean, if I get some prisoners, that would be useful, but I don't know if I'm going to manage it. 1 Norse freedman here. We're just going to have to take pretty much anything we can at this point. We also need to be aware that we are not the strong party we once used to be. It might be a question of rebuilding from the ground up. We'll have to see. There's a lot of robbers coming after me, and I do not have the ability to take them on. Beda is back. It seems like there's no kind of responses about truces going on, which isn't great. Ooh, too many robbers. Get to Bemba, please, safely, thank you. I go to the meat hall. There's a host here. I'm just trying to find anything that can work to our advantage. So ransom broker, that's not going to help us. But there might be a companion we need to ransom. No, there's not, which means they've probably just have scattered back out into the world. My problem is that mercenaries are incredibly expensive in this game. I need to get the Northumbrians on side, really. Ooh, the Discord notification worked. That's the first time I've seen that in action. It's a little bit late, but at least it's done it within the first 3 minutes. I'm glad it works. I spent a lot. I was trying to set that up, and I didn't know if it was going to work, but at least it just seemed to be working. You're not going to like us because I've just angered you by giving. Right, we're going to have to deal with that bandit there. But that means we can recruit in Bemba if we manage to actually complete that. But that's a whole other question. We're going to have to just go around and pay the village, pay the village elders and all the local villagers to be able to actually recruit men here. Kind of in all these Northumbrian villages. I don't see what other options we really have at the moment. We're down to Effingham East. I know we can get some troops in Lundenvik, but that's a very long way away. I will. Oh, okay, that was a mistake. I should have just paid him. Never mind. On to Wixham. Oh yes, we have our wounds. That's a problem as well. I forgot about our wound from last time. I'm recruiting. 500 pennies. 4 peasants. Good grief, that's not going to be very useful. I need to head into Jorvik quickly to try and deal with this wound before it becomes kind of a permanent one. Let us... First of all, can we not recruit here? I thought we might be able to recruit here, but maybe not. We'll have to speak to Sigurd Iverson when we can. Right now we need to stroll through and find ourselves a healer. They're usually fairly distinctive in the way they look. And they'll be one of the few kind of set location people. We just need to find them. He might be behind that soldier. Yes, there's the prison guard, and there's the physician, always in a kind of religious cloak. There we go. Definitely don't want to take on Norse warrior archers. Those are not some we can take on. We'll head down to Donaham. Or Donham. However one says it. We'll speak to... I think we're just going to go around paying all these villagers to get some troops back, because we just need some troops again, and we can't hire from all our usual spots because they are angry at us. It's still a long way down to Luton from north, and honestly we don't normally get that good that good recruits from that nowadays, so we might just have to find alternates. Hello cucumbers, did you get the Discord notification? Morale is low, to be expected. You did get the notification, excellent. It triggered like 5 minutes after it started, but it's still better than like half an hour. 8 peasants, that's better than nothing. I don't actually know. Oh, these are Angle peasants, okay, so they're not going to be as useful as the kind of Norwegian ones, but what can we do? All kind of the pagan troops. Let's run to Tompton if we can. Oh, we are actually not allowed inside Tompton. Let's go to somewhere else then. Back to Yorvik. I don't have any other options. Oh, this has been a real shift in power balance. It's not good at all. Oh goodness, hello. I'll pay for free passage. 3,000. Honestly, I can't afford to not pay that. Really, actually, I could have... Oh, I should have just paid... So I'll be on my way now. Because I think there is a way to actually just hire troops. Kind of hire these wandering, like, bands. But you do knack them with your morale, and I think your reputation as well. But it may not be the worst idea in the circumstances to be able to do that. There is no Lady of the Night here, that's annoying. Okay, let's head back. I'm doing okay, thank you, because I'm still quite unwell, but I'm getting there. 500 bucks, there you go. Definitely not bucks, but you know, 500 currency, that's for sure. Head to Middleton. Recruit from here. I thought I'd already paid you off, but there you go, here's 500 pennies. 4 peasants. Not ideal, but at least we're starting to build up a bit of a base here in the Northumbrian territories to actually be able to recruit from in future. We did end up having to go for quite a quick kind of blitzkrieg campaign, and it just didn't quite work out the way we'd planned, sadly. Norse freeholder, Angle freeholder. They hold angles for everyone. We'll head to Edoras. Solveig's returned. Well, handsome. I mean, warlord. You flirt. At least I found you. I've returned from my mission to the kingdom of Ulade. In general, I would say that he feels that he must pursue the war against Gustav for the kingdom of Britain for a little while longer for the sake of honour. I mean, you don't have to. No one's requiring you to. Okay, so to the mead hall. Let's speak to Gula. I want to raise the spirits of my men. It's going to be a cost. We're definitely going to be spending a bit of money trying to get ourselves rebuilt here. It's not ideal, that's for sure. We are still making... I mean, we're going to make a good amount of money because we have no troops left. Sorry to hear you've got a headache, cucumbers. That's never fun. It's always a bit of a pain in... a literal pain and a figurative pain, I should say. Let's head to Adgreffinham. I don't know if we actually have recruitment rights here. I would guess we do, but I might be wrong. We can still go do trade runs, but if we can't leave our one castle undefended, you know, of no one that might be interested, but at least I am now allowed to recruit in this village, which is useful. We'll head up to Bearham. I found out how you do alliances, by the way. You need to have a lot more right to rule, and you need to have a lot more relation with a king. So we need to get, if we end up doing into peace, we need to get, really, we need to become allied and make friends with probably the Danish king. Well, my good sir, at last I've found you. I've returned from my mission to the Kingdom of Lathland, our old kingdom. In general, I'd say that King Gudrun Legnason of the Kingdom of Lathland is anxious to reclaim old lands such as Caer now held by Bluff. Did we? I'm pretty sure we never held Caer, but maybe before I went up to join the Kingdom of Lathland, that might be when they had Caer under their control. Here's 500 pennies. I just want as many troops as I can get away with, even if they're terrible. I mean, obviously, terrible troops aren't that useful, but they're better than nothing. Lands belong to no one. Wonderful. Actually, Denmark's pushing in pretty well up here in Scotland. It's actually a little bit concerning. I'm recruiting. I'm the leader of this area. Smart for you to ask me. Unfortunately, I don't know if anyone that will be interested, but at least we now have the rights to actually recruit here. I really should have done this strip before we went to war, but we had to push at the right time. 42 Reavers. I actually don't know if we can take that on, to be honest. Give it a go. Although I don't know if that's really the best use of our time. But we'll give it a go. I don't know how strong the Reavers are particularly. Ooh, not great. Not great at all. Let's get off our horse. We're going to have to do some good work here to actually stand a chance. We might actually just want to get out of here, to be honest, when the time comes. Because these guys are more geared than we are. And normally we'd be okay, but we're kind of at the same level as the farmers, or at least near to it. So that's a little bit concerning. I mean, if we can chop through them, that'd be good, because getting relations with these guys is not going to be a bad thing at all. And this is a quick way to do it without having to do the annoying quest. We've just taken a serious injury to our face. Wonderful. So we're going to have to deal with that charisma below. Are we winning? I'm going to say no. Let's get out of here. Unfortunately, that's going to leave them pillaged and plundered, and we're going to lose renown, lose morale. We might have been able to get away with that. Okay, let's head back to Jorvik. Because we know... Actually, no, we can head to Edinburgh. We know where the healer in Edinburgh is. That's fine. Speak to you, actually. Okay, you don't really like us. I'm trying to find lords that I can recruit from. To the locals. Let's grab some more food which isn't just bread or grain. That's the meat hall. There is a happy widow here. Wonderful. That's another cost I didn't really want, but after that loss we need to really get our morale back. We could try and get some of this kind of Scottish... That's a castle. Let's not do that. Well, let's go back to like Trefgob and Cuil Nam and try to get them under recruitment as well. That's Northumbria. There's some... Oh no, too late. We will leave. People don't like us. People don't like me giving troops to, or kind of castles and lands to commoners, but I don't see what I could have done. I just need... I need support, really. Let's recruit a Britain serf. Actually, let me call the banners. We're not dead yet. Let me call the banners. See how many troops we can get together. While I'm just going around recruiting. In the meantime, we'll literally just go around every single village in the area. Oh, I didn't see you. I'm going to guess there's quite a lot of you. There's only 14 of them. Oh, let's try win this. No speech? Okay. No good speech, at least. These Northmen are going to be a bit of a trouble, but I'm hoping we just have the numbers to kind of bum rush them as best possible. And this will be some loot for us, but you passed out during the last stream. What I missed? I made a couple of bad decisions and got absolutely hammered by 3 kingdoms at the same time. So I'm now down back to 1 castle out of the 3 I had, probably when you were last watching. So I'm currently at war with Kingdom of Lathland, my old faction, the Kingdom of Norway, which is the real kind of issue, because the Norwegians are strong. They have a strong power base, obviously, in Norway, and they are strong troops in general. They were brought in because they were allied with Lathland, and I'm also at war with the Blade, which is the original faction I decided to go to war with. But I accidentally made a bad decision and ran into a king or lord of the Blade when I was fairly damaged, and then I had to, which meant I ended up kind of losing that battle, which put me down to 4 men, and then after that trying to actually protect any of my castles without any of my good men or my good soldiers was just not feasible. You know, I had a much more cohesive, well organised army than the one I do have right now. There goes the horse. Jesus. Okay. We do need to deal with our head wound, well, because I think we've got an issue with charisma. We can't let these things stack up. We are already losing some stats anyway because of it. If I can just drag some of these guys away from the main engagement, that is important. Ow. Well, we did it for as long as possible. As long as we win the overall fight, that's all that matters. Because I don't really want to pay them, and actually they weren't gonna allow themselves to be paid. We'll take some losses, because would you believe men with actual armour, skill, weapons, experience would do better than peasants with sticks? But just through sheer numbers we should win. I would hope. And I'm hoping these guys actually have some prisoners for me, because that's actually going to be the quickest way I can get high level troops in a hurry, is going after these kind of small bands of Vikings or raiders or looters, and they'll have some kind of mid-tier, mediocre soldiers inside, which won't be great, but they'll be a darn lot better than these chaps here. 4-9 morale. Sadly, this group didn't have any prisoners, but we want to keep an eye out for any that do. We will share the loot as is common, because this stuff will sell, and we are going to pretty much burn through our money at this rate. Where are we going? We need to turn back to Edinburgh because we need to deal with our charisma issue. And we do know where the. I think I know where the physician is in Edinburgh. We're just going to wait till it's night time. Yes, and East Anglia have gone to war. That's okay. I always get concerned when I see, faction things pop up. I'm like, oh goodness, what's happened now? I need to wait a little bit longer till it actually turns to night time. Like thus, stroll through the town. Hopefully, don't get ambushed. I think the physician is somewhere around this area. I think he might be down by the oceans. He might be down by the port area. So let's do a jumpity hop. Over we go. Let's go and see if we can find who we need, because we don't want to lose on charisma. That is genuinely quite important. There he is. I knew he'd be down by the ocean somewhere. I require your medical supplies, or really your medical services, sir. Thank you. We're up to 48 troops. I have called the banners. Let's see if actually we get any banners, because that will kind of determine if we can actually try retake any of these castles. Oh, that's the king. That's the king of Norway. Let's stay away from them. It's a little concerning that he's over here on the mainland. Oh wow, Wolf here has 15 troops, so he's not very much better than we are. He's not very much better at all, good grief. How many troops are actually inside Cuil Nam? Could we just besiege it? We're not going to be friends with the king, that's for sure. Can we... I wonder if we can just try get... I wonder if we can just try get them to surrender. No, because we need more... We need more men for that to happen. Let's get out of Cuil Nam before the king comes after us, as he is doing. Let's actually head to Caer. Do we have any troops in here whatsoever? Thorstein Olafsson is really the only person with actually any troops at all. Who's over here? Oh, 138, no thank you. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Run back to Caer. Not great. And if we were Christian, we could recruit from the monasteries, albeit not, you know, great troops, but troops nonetheless. Let's head back this way. I want to deal with that robber's den because that is important, I think, but we need to just get some higher quality troops because at the moment these guys just aren't going to be up to the... they're not going to be up to the job, that's the thing. We'll go to Birmingham North. We can't seem to recruit from here. Not entirely sure what that is, but that's okay. Our wound has been healed, wonderful. Why can't we recruit from any of these locations? This is a concern. Okay, let's retreat inside Bemba for the time being, just for a little bit of safety. How much are you going to be, Sphere Warriors? 5 grand for 11 of you. Ugh. I'm hoping I might be able to find them just on the open world map instead. This is... okay, so this is more like it. It's not ideal, but I'll take it. I could actually ask them, do they want to join me? No, they don't. 48 versus 24. We're only going to get like farmers and peasants from this, so it's not going to be excellent, but it's some troops I don't at least have to go and find in an actual village. And numbers might give me enough to retake one of those castles and give it back to one of my lords. So then they can start replenishing it with troops. They can start getting their own number of troops back into their army, because right now only me and one other guy have anything above 40 troops, which is just abysmal. Oh, dearie me. Let us just wait for them to come in. I'm just going to blow my nose because I'm... I mean, it's all streaming down my face. Ugh. The joys of being on well. Right, let's get the, well, spearmen charging in. And any infantry here charging in. We'll let the kind of peasants stay at the back purely because they're a little bit less well protected. And we will at least get a little bit of money out of this as well from looting, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But this is the principle I'd like to do. I'd like to be able to just go after these small bands who have like 20-30 prisoners, just recruit them and shove them inside. Purely just to superficially add more troops to the walls. They're not going to do much. You know, a priest and a peasant woman is not going to be able to do much in an actual siege. But then they can at least artificially boost the numbers inside those walls. Hopefully, or inside my party, hopefully letting, you know, people fear us that little bit more. Let's maybe deal with that strong soldier there. Wonderful. Who's still left? You, and you're running. I like to not let you run away if I can help it. I think we'll catch up with them. Oh yeah, we definitely will. Although I do think our horse has been crippled. But it's too expensive to repair. I was about to say repair the horse like it's a car, but get a new horse at the moment. I think that's just going to have to wait. So there we go. We will take all these prisoners, despite the fact that only half of them actually, well, not even half of them, only the farmers are really any use at all. Because even the sailors can't be upgraded to anything of use, and they do cost quite a bit of money. All the priests, these guys are not going to do much. But we'll chuck them inside our castle centre, purely just to artificially boost the numbers up a bit. Maybe buy us some time. We'll keep the farmers on us because they can actually be upgraded to somewhat average troops. Take all this to sell because we are rapidly losing money, so we're trying to repair all of these issues that we have. Okay, a freeholder. See, that'd be nice, but slaves, I don't think slaves are that useful to me. In the grand scheme of things, let's trade with the locals. Let's get rid of a lot of this gear that we don't need. I mean, it is actually too expensive for this merchant to really take on the majority of it, but we'll buy some cheese, some bread, some wheat, some grain. We still need to repair. We still need to sell. So your phone just now sent me the Twitch notification. That's interesting that it sends it so late after the other one. I'm glad the Discord notification works. I need to set one up for YouTube videos as well, but I thought the Twitch notification was much more important than the YouTube notification, at least for the time being. Oh, okay, he definitely can't afford half this stuff that I've just tried to sell him. Let's take a lot of these things back. There we go. Now we can just sell the rest at the weaponsmith. He should have enough. Yes, he does. Right, let's head backwards via these villages. Hopefully, okay, Mead declared war on East Angor. I thought that was a war which I was involved in. I was going to get very concerned for a second, but we seem to have got away with it. 10 peasants here, excellent. Effingham East, we can recruit some. Oh, 13 Norse freedmen. Here we go. We're starting to make some good progress. For some reason, we can't recruit from you yet. Can we? Do you have any tasks I can help you with? A slave? Absolutely. I still can't, for some reason, recruit from there, but that's fine. A slave job is a nice, easy job for us to do because they are very close by and they should have a distinguishable fire like that one there for us to go and actually bring them back. There we go. I'm here to bring you back to your master. Follow me. I'm afraid I care very little about your destiny when I just need troops. You can actually kind of recruit those for yourself, but they, you get one slave. It's not really worth it in the grand scheme of things. This is definitely the stream of rebuilding, kind of Phoenix from the ashes type of thing. Can we now recruit from here? We can. 7 Norse freedmen. Thank you very much indeed. Wixon. That's a castle. That's a monastery. We definitely can't go there. We'll head to Effingham West and maybe over to like Donham and Doncester as well. Our relation with our lords is going to absolutely capitulate downwards because we're not there to help them. I'm recruiting. Here's 500 pennies. Give me as many troops as you can get away with. Thankfully, this place already kind of likes us. I can't quite remember why. But I'm not going to say no. Maybe we help them out with a task or two. Here we go. We're starting to get somewhere now. They're absolutely terrible troops, but they're troops nonetheless. Even the peasant women can be upgraded to a, they can at least be upgraded to a camp defender and camp on the walls. Young warrior. Angle freeholder. We just need kind of frontline troops more than anything else at the moment. We'll get a few of these Norse bowmen in because we get the Norse warrior archers and they are very useful indeed. I don't think we've got Huithril unlocked as a recruitment centre. I want to go after these renegades though because that's 13 young warriors that I can hire. And young warriors are pretty decent. We'll start battle holding position. We'll start up on this hill here, I think. 13 young warriors is not a bad profit to make from this place if we can. We'll probably lose a few troops in the engagement, but I'd say as long as we don't lose more than like 5, we should be okay. Lots of spearmen and lots of skirmishers actually. Pretty much all skirmishers at the very beginning, when they just have rocks or slings or something similar to that. So have a quick drink of water while they're coming in. I suppose the benefit of having lots of skirmishers is that actually you can do a lot of damage, but they've got to get close enough to actually be able to do something for that to happen. Let's get our spearmen in front. I don't know where they are, but they're not here. But some of these guys just have like rocks, nothing else even. Let's try throwing some javelins of our own, or some spears of our own. Infantry charge and spearmen charge. In fact, everyone just charge. It's probably just the best way to do that. It's just everyone charge and hope for the best. It's not going to be any massively complicated formations or tactics, so all we have is skirmishers and the old frontline infantrymen. But we will win this, which is good. Although our horse perhaps may not. Our horse tends to die very quickly indeed. Okay, 30 damage there. That person is definitely running. We're not going to let him get away if we can help it. Call me a... Oh, we missed because he actually got hit by an arrow or probably the sling of a sling rock, a rock of a sling. I don't know, perhaps what you would quite call it, but something like that. Okay, we lost 5, but they're probably quite low level, so that's okay. 13 young warriors and 4 farmers I will take, and I'll just take the Gothi and put them inside of the castle. Young warriors are not terrible. They're kind of like basic spearmen troops. And we get a little bit of loot as well, so not bad in the grand scheme of things. But definitely this is a kind of quite crucial part for us to get right. And because we've attacked the King of Norway's castle, we're pretty much guaranteed to not be friends with them anymore, but I think we kind of knew that was going to be the case. Yes, I forgot this was an actual castle, wasn't it? 13 peasants there, wonderful. Let's start heading back up via Jorvik. We can send off these troops. Wulfhere has been defeated, but Bodo has escaped from captivity now, which is good. I don't mind if Wulfhere and the other guy leave, but I don't want to lose Bodo or whoever I gave the other place to, because they're actual companions and they're very hard to get back once you lose them. I'm not quite sure why that is. It just seems to be quite coded into the game that once they go to another faction, they kind of stuck there. 153 troops. 153 troops now. It's not terrible. No one has suffered. No one's coming for the marshalship though. But honestly, I'm not that surprised. No one has any troops or money or anything. And these are not the best troops in the world by any means. But I just want to be able to maybe even try and blag my way back into another fortress. Like, say, Cuil Nam of Norway. If I can just give that... If I can blag my way in there, besiege the fort. He already hates us, so we may as well hate us some more. Surrender? No, we don't have quite enough. It doesn't mean Cuil Nam is going to continuously hate us, but, you know, what can we do? Can I order this guy to come with me? I wonder. Asgard. How are the offspring? I can't actually remember when my child is due, but at least some point in the near future. Emissary to the Kingdom of Ulade. I'd actually quite like to make peace. We'll send Solvig again. Because right now we're just in way too many wars. Can I convince you to come with me? You will. Excellent. I'm more than happy to give you this castle if you actually come with me. I will even take the 53 slave hunters out of the castle to give us that extra bit of chance to take Cuil Nam back off the Norwegians. Surrender? There we go. You have my word, you will not come under attack if you leave this fort. Off you go then. And we get all the prisoners. Excellent. With a bit of bluffing, we can hopefully get back to where we were before. We're kind of the pacifist faction, just taking over these fortresses without actual fights. But I'm glad that we can do this to some extent. We will hire whoever we can. We're actually at population, or not population cap, we're at kind of party size cap. That's okay. And I'm going to give this to one of my lords. This guy I think came with me, although technically warfare would be better off. But I'll give this to Thorstein. It's not going to make warfare like us anymore, but it means that he can hopefully try. He can get some troops inside here, which is excellent. We're going to go check Goban, see if that's in a similar situation. So Goban's got a 101 inside, but it's also got that guy. So if we can get that guy to leave, like now, we can hopefully just try and retake Goban for ourselves. Surrender. There we go. We can just do it again. This is incredible. We'll just take however many farmers we can. And I'll just drop off a couple of these priests. And I'm going to give this to both of these to Wolf here to hopefully try repair our relation with him, but also to try and make him strong. And it means that we're not the ones trying to actually put troops inside these castles. And that's important. Because now Goban's got 99 troops in. Lord Boda's back. Wonderful. I imagine they're going to come back and try and retake these fortresses, but at least it's no longer my immediate concern because there's at least some troops inside. I'm going to head back to Kerajed and drop off some of these excess troops, purely because I don't think we need them all at the moment. We will also ask for some potential recruits. We are a little bit of a disadvantage that we have an issue with kind of the religious problem in this part of the world, but we'll have to see. I just want to drop off kind of the not very useful troops. So the camp women, the peasant women. I'll drop off the Gothi, the priests, the sailors. I'll drop off the slave hunters as well, just because they'll be pretty good as an actual kind of force there. I'll keep the farmers on me because they can upgrade to watchmen and they'll be okay, if not spectacular. We're going to have to reorganise our army here a little bit. Spearmen are actually a little bit better than young warriors and watchmen. Freeholders, slave hunter. We can move the slave hunter up. They're actually going to be fairly good troops here. Norse companion, angle companion. Elite spearmen will move up as well. So we've actually got a bit of a force now back, which is good. We just need time for our lords to get back on track. And then we might actually be able to go on the offensive again, I hope. We may not be able to, but if we could, that'd be good. That's for sure. Saxon freeholders can go, say, there. I'm just trying to make this roughly organised. Doesn't have to be perfect by any means, but there we go. It's probably about right. And I want to maybe sell some of my prisoners, because there's only 25 in here. Next, we need to give things to Don Chad and Bodo. That's our next job. Where we're going to do that is anyone's question. Well, I'm going to let Bodo go home for the time being. Everyone return home. My only concern is that I've given these castles we've recaptured to the lords who don't particularly like us and probably won't follow us into battle that much. But I think it's important anyway, because they're the only ones who can actually do some use. They're the only ones who can actually do useful things. You're from the Ulade, so we're going to kill you if we can. We have the numerical advantage. I would hope we'd be able to deal with you. And it means that we can hopefully knacker their morale a bit, knacker some of their actual troops. It's actually, I think we'll switch to rowing. I think it might be a little bit quicker. Maybe sailing's quicker, we'll have to see. Actually, maybe sailing's quicker once we get going. But we might also get some war trophies from this. In general, I think this is a good idea to do, because I imagine they'll want to reclaim some of their lost land. You know, understandably, I'm not going to hold a grudge against that, but we should be prepared for that fact. So the more we can do to deal with them now, the better. We're getting dangerously close to having a ship crash here. Yeah, like that. That's annoying. Let's see if we can untangle ourselves a little bit and then keep going. We'll change to rowing just because it's a little bit more agile. What we don't want to happen is what happened last time we did a ship combat, and there was a lot of issues with trying to actually get involved. But we seem to keep on having issues here. We kind of want to beat the other ship there, otherwise we're going to be stuck in this weird... Yeah, we're going to be stuck in this weird spot where we're kind of involved, but we're not. So we just have to do what damage we can from the other side for the time being, until we think we can get over there and actually help. Because right now they're going to actually kind of massacre us. Because our main boat isn't there, annoyingly. Okay, let's go. Let's try to get involved. Oh yeah, we definitely lost that, didn't we? Let's do what we can here to do some damage. But this is our flagship, so I hope this is the best chance we have of actually winning this. But I do want to make sure I don't fall into the sea, because that's just the end of the battle for me. The problem is with this being the flagship, you actually often can't actually get over to where you need to. For now, though, we'll just keep doing some throwing weapons, I guess. They're definitely trying to come after me. Let's try to go after some of these more powerful units on this boat here. Or at least destroy your shield, that'd be useful. Can we make it across? Oh, wow, we are losing so many agility points at the moment. It's not ideal, that's for sure. So we're going to need to go back to town and get that fixed somewhere. I don't even think they were even aiming at us, but we were just caught out of position, unfortunately. There's so many different boats, it's hard to keep track of who's who. Let's jump over. Do some damage here, hopefully. Deal with you. Ow. 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 I think we might actually be losing this, to be honest. Can we leave? Yeah, I think we leave, actually. Oh yeah, we leave. We most definitely leave. I might have made a serious mistake of judgment. Run, 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 run. Run to anywhere. Run back. That was a serious mistake on my part. Oh, they started mutiny. Excellent. I love mutinies. Farmer left the party. Is it one farmer that's causing this mutiny? Stop with the mutineering, please. 9 versus 27. I've got to try it, surely. I mean, it wasn't going very well last time. But we're going to give it a go this time. Although they are mostly just farmers. But I want to try and deal with this guy. He caused me a lot of... I shouldn't have gone after him last time, really. But we're going to try and go after him this time. To hopefully make this whole process worth it. But probably not. Because these guys actually look kind of, you know, mildly competent. But if we could manage it, that would be nice, that's for sure. I'm actually going to go around the right hand side if I can. No, we've gone the wrong side. Never mind. Okay, these guys actually look like serious business. We'll have to deal with these guys as best we can. Ow. I'm hoping just via numbers we can deal with them, if no other way. There we go. Because if we could at least knock this lord out for the time being, maybe take him prisoner, or at least get some good loot out of it, that'd be worthwhile. Although, because we retreated before, it's not going to be anywhere near as good as loot as we would have got initially, that's for sure. Let's go deal with this guy over here, while they all try and charge that guy over there. There we go, that's you dealt with. And we'll come back and deal with this guy, because he has all the armor in the world, and no one else can seem to actually deal with him. There we go. At least this time we actually managed to defeat him. We probably could have defeated him last time, but it was getting a bit touch and go, really. We actually do get to take him prisoner. Excellent. Okay, that makes it probably worth it, to be honest. As well as some war trophies. We did lose about 40 troops in that overall engagement, and we definitely need to go back to our base and rest, because we are struggling. We'll take the battle trophy. Wonderful. Oh. Game. I think the game might have crashed. Or it's giving me infinite money. Hello? Game? Game? Game, calm down, what are you doing? Okay, we're gonna have to exit out of this, I think. We'll be back in a second. We'll be right back. So the situation is not good. Let me just actually make sure we're streaming again properly. I think we're back to where we started this stream about 45 minutes ago. Because this isn't an automatically saving game, and if it is an automatically saving game, then I'm locked into Iron Man, and then those issues become much, much worse, which is why I don't do Iron Man saving, but I should quick save a little bit more. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to repeat the process of what we did last time. which was get some troops and then go to Cuil Nam and Groban and pretty much just take them back via diplomacy. Oh, it's frustrating because we'd actually taken them back and we don't know if it's going to happen this time. And I'm just, you know what? No, I'm just going to surrender. And I'm just, let's start with this with a clean slate. Okay. So that whole 45 minutes worth of content is pretty much useless now. But unfortunately we're just going to have to deal with that due to a game crash. I was getting infinite money though. Did you see that? It was just constant money. I should really clip that and just be like, infinite money, everyone. We're just going to have to go around and just do some recruiting again. 500 pennies. Recruit some volunteers. Any slave tasks for me? I can do a cattle task, that's fine. Imagine it saved the money. I don't think it has. Well, no, this is a previous save. Yeah. They wanted 5 heads of cattle. Where's the nearest other village? Probably this one up here. I just want to get as many troops as possible quickly. I think that's the thing. And I'm just going to recruit as many men as I can quickly because I don't want to lose that opportunity to take those castles back when they're still very low on troops. I don't know how many cattle I actually need to get for this other village. 5 heads of cattle, that's fine. That's 440 pennies, but it will be worth it. Does this leader have any simple tasks that I can do very quickly? A slave job? Absolutely, that's a quick way to get troops quickly. There's the hideout. Where's the slave? That was unfortunate, but it you know, this is quite an old game, and it did have its issues even back then. That's the first major issue I've had in a very long time with this game. It's just unfortunate it happened while I was streaming, but what can we do? It means that we kind of prepped our game plan, we got our plan ready, and now we're doing it for real, I hope. And let's maybe not try to deal with that issue with that lord again on the open seas. Although really there shouldn't have been such an issue. So I don't know quite what caused it, but let's try and make sure that doesn't happen again. Where is this guy? Oh, there he is. I've ridden straight past him. Hello, slave. I am here to bring you back to your master. Come with me. That's annoying. I go to the village centre. Yeah, I'm more annoyed about the loss of content for the YouTube and Twitch than I am about the in-game progress being set back. So I'll probably put a disclaimer at the start of this video or something, just mentioning that actually it's going to be about like 15 minutes in before the real content starts again. Let's recruit some volunteers, 2 more peasants. The quicker we can recruit some peasants, the better. Our morale is dreadful, but we can go to address and deal with that. We do have some cattle nearby, however. These are cattle onwards, so we need to take you back to Huithril. I don't know if that's how you say it, probably not. Especially as it begins with an M, not an H. I need to watch out for these renegades. Hopefully that lord can help deal with them. I don't know what... Okay, our cattle is here, good. Let's go in, we can recruit some more volunteers, speak to the leader. And that gives us some more positive relation, which means we can recruit from them again. Do you have a slave task for me? No, you don't. Okay. We'll now head over to kind of the Efferwich area and try to do some good work there. Oh, yeah, we do need to head to Jorvik pretty urgently, actually. Let's do that while we remember. I do like that the game actually reminds you, because otherwise I do just genuinely forget sometimes. We'll pick up some cheese and meat. It is a little bit expensive, but it will be worth it. Let's stroll through town. We know where the Jorvik healer is. I don't even know how that looked on stream, by the way, because I couldn't even tell how things were. Like, it was kind of partially freezing So I don't know if it was just constantly going extra money, extra experience, extra levels, or if it was just kind of a one-off thing. But we will just make sure to save a bit more regularly. I think that's the important lesson there. Luckily it's not too far. It's only, what, 50 days worth of progress. We'll head to Effingham West here. Recruit some volunteers. We'll just pay off the local leader. 6 Norse freedmen, excellent. The Norse soldiers are arguably the best in the game, or the best recruits in the game. We'll head to Middlesham even. I'm recruiting. Here's 500 pennies, and I want 1 Norse freedman. Hopefully you actually have some tasks for me. They don't, but at least we can start. We're starting to get our army back together. But we will head into Edoras as we're passing by, purely just to get our morale back. I think that's important. Oh, let's maybe avoid the 130 robbers. That's probably a bad thing to happen. Into Edoras we go. We'll go to the Refugees Hall. That's the wrong one. I want to go to the Mead Hall. Speak to Gula, our Lady of the Night. There we go. 50 morale. Should hopefully solve our morale issues for the time being. At least gets us back to average. We'll go to Bebenham North. Hopefully avoiding that big looting group. I guess not. We'll go around the long way. Merson East Anglo at war again. That's fine. There's lots of these robber groups, and I'm not at the strength I would like to be able to deal with them. Let's go to this place instead then. However you say this one. Adgreffenham. I guess that's what it kind of means, that one day like Nottingham or stuff like that. It kind of, that's how the names kind of evolved over time. Maybe I might be wrong. I'm just kind of waffling. Let's head to Bebenham North. Recruit some volunteers from here. We also already do have ability to do that. Interestingly, some of these big towns in this mod are actually fairly small hamlets now, in kind of, or small towns in kind of modern day in the modern UK. For example, Bember is now modern day Bamborough, which has got the castle, but otherwise is arguably quite small. There's also Bosvena here down in Cornwall, which is now modern day Bodmin, and again Bodmin is not actually that large of a town anymore. I mean, you know, it's a town, but there's bigger places in that part of the world, and it's just interesting how kind of things have evolved, where, you know, some of these are still obviously very big places in the modern day, like London, Edinburgh, Jorvik, all, you know, but I'm intrigued. I like seeing how other things have changed. What did I want to do? I want to keep on recruiting. Let's head to Middles. I think we've already got Middlesham underway, but we'll take Solvig back. Norway and Wales should have made peace, which is even more concerning. 10 peasants here. We'll head to Wixham. Recruit from here. Here's 500 pennies. 10 peasants. What? Do you have any tasks for me? You don't. That's okay, but at least we can start. At least we're able to start recruiting again, so we can actually get some troops out quickly. I think we'll make all the Norse into bowmen, and then we can make the Angle soldiers into their freeholders, kind of their melee variants. I think that's the better thing, because the archers of Norway are much, or the Norse archers are much better than the other archers. Let's head to Effingham West. I guess this would be our major recruiting centre here in kind of the Northumbrian area. 500 pennies. Recruit volunteers. 9 Norse bowmen. Thank you very much indeed, sir. I like your village already. That's because we already have some positive relation with them, that's why. We'll head to Donaham. Or Donham, maybe. Donaham sounds like Don Kebab. Which is delicious. And I'm almost kind of craving one, but it is also 3 AM in the morning, so it's probably not a great idea. There we go, we can now recruit from this village, although we can't actually recruit from here at this very moment. Although if he has a quest for us, we might be able to do that. But he doesn't, so that's fine. At least we have permission to recruit here going forward. Clovis is back. And we will recruit from here as well. I will pay the relative amount of money. And I will recruit 1 Angle peasant. That doesn't feel worth it, but being able to recruit from here in general going forward will be. We'll head to Mameham. Mameham? 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 Mamham? However you say it. We're heading over this way to try and recruit from this part of the world as well. Do you have any tasks I can help you with? You don't. For some reason I can't recruit from here at the moment. That's okay. Maybe we've already recruited from here and I just haven't been aware of it. Norse Bowman. Move Clovis back up. And now we kind of repeat the round robin, I suppose, of just recruiting until we have enough troops to basically tell the Norwegians to bugger off out of the castle. I think we need about 200 troops to get them to leave, either between us or some of our lords. But the sooner I can get them to leave, the sooner we can start kind of repairing our lords' money and wealth and stature, and that is important. Where to Denisum? They actively don't like us here, so we do need to go speak to the leader and hopefully get a quest to kind of repair relations somewhat. But this is definitely, I think, going to turn to the core recruitment place of our empire. I regret not doing it sooner, but we kind of took our moment when it came in terms of the Kingdom of the Uleid, and it hasn't perfectly worked out, but at least it's kind of working out. Forget it, since you community, you're not welcome. Do you have any tasks I can help you with? No. Okay, so I can't recruit from here for the time being. We'll head to Ad Griffinham. These guys are friends, aren't they? Yes, they are. We'll speak to the king, actually. Do you have any tasks for me? He wants us to deal with a group of reavers. I'm hoping that's in Edinburgh. Because if it's actually in Denmark, we could have a little bit of an issue. Ah, see, he's only the Lord of Reeb. But we've got we've got 60 days, so hopefully we can make peace in 60 days and then go deal with it over in Denmark. Because I'd like to make friends with the Danish if I can. It'd be excellent. Do you have any tasks? No, you don't. Let's get some freeholders, some more freeholders. We can actually try to recruit from Denmark as well, from like Bearham. Recruit volunteers here. Here's 500 pennies. Recruit 7 peasants. Speak to the leader. Any tasks I can help you with? Not at the moment. Actually, it's weird that most of these guys don't need tasks done for them, because normally they do. Let's go here. We'll speak to the leader, and we basically just need to get as many recruits as quickly as possible. But at least we actually know that this plan kind of works, because it worked last time. I'm just also going to save in case things go wrong. No, they did last time. We could also try Kara. That's an actual castle, so there's no point trying that. We go to Edinburgh East, which is basically just east of Edinburgh, I would presume. I'm recruiting 500 pennies, thank you. 1 Norse freedman, that'll do. I mean, it won't do, but at least we can start recruiting from here. 101. Lord Bodo was defeated again, but it's to be expected. We're going to go for another round of recruitment, and then we should hopefully be ready. Who's fighting here? I will kill these Vikings we will charge these Vikings. Because there'll be at least a few prisoners in it for us. Although I think it's only a few farmers, but they can at least become spearmen, and that's 4 recruits we would need to get, otherwise. So in that regard, it's good. Here they are. I completely missed. That was good of me. There we go. That's a little bit of a better hit. And because these guys are just companions, I don't mind if they push ahead and get knocked unconscious, because they won't die. They'll just get knocked unconscious and then they'll be back in a while. Well done, Bodo, or Beda, sorry, you did a good job. We have too many people starting with B in this company, that's for sure. We'll take all of you, and we'll go for Angle Freeholders, Norse Bowmen. We'll take what little loot there is. We'll head past Edoras and just pick up a little bit more morale while we're passing by with Gula. Wonderful. And hopefully these other places have started to give me recruits again. I can't remember which way I went round, but they haven't. That's annoying. Okay, well, hopefully we can find some parties that give us a good amount of warriors. Ugh, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Okay, this place is starting to give me. I must have just gone to the other place. Okay, we can go to these ones. We can do our round robin recruiting process again. Lagan and Gwyneth made peace. Okay, that's fine. Just keep on recruiting as best we can. Wixom, 13 peasants. I don't mind that they're kind of. I mean, I do mind they're terrible, but at least we're getting an army back quickly. During peacetime, we'll come and try to do some quests for these guys. Do you have any tasks I can help you with? No. Don Chad's been taken prisoner. Unfortunate, but somewhat expected. 9 peasants, thank you. Way to Hrepenham. So I think we do now have the rights to recruiting. Yes, we do. Up to 158, so we're getting there. We can always grab some troops from our castle as well as like a short-term solution. At least that's the plan. Whether the plan is successful is a whole other question. We'll pass by Mayhem on the way back. Recruit there, and I think then we need to go try to get these castles retaken via kind of purely via the diplomatic method of saying, please leave, in our nicest, compelling voice possible. We really can't seem to recruit anywhere from here, I don't know why. We'll head to Liquidham. I know that's not how you say it, but we're going to call it Liquidham because it's got a crazy name. Liguilidham? Oh my goodness. I can't recruit from here either, interesting. Maybe we just recruited from there too soon. Okay, let's head back to our main area. 158 is not terrible, and if these Master's men have some prisoners, which they don't, annoyingly. You have 1 prisoner. That's not worth going after. If they had like 20 prisoners, I'll go after them. Cuil Nam, are you still low on troops? 88. Yes, but the king's there. Let's wait till the king's not there, actually. That feels like a bad idea. Head to Kerajed, our 1 remaining castle. Oh wow, you still have loads of troops. Good grief, you're coming with me. You're very much coming with me. Goes to the Lord Saul, you are still alive, actually. Drifton, Thorsten, Olafsson. I have a new task for you. Follow me. We are going to go on a campaign of intimidation across West Scotland. And there's also some Northmen around as well, who have some interesting prisoners. Well, I don't want to go after you if I can help it. As soon as okay, our village is under attack. I don't mind that. I just want the Norwegian king to get a Cuil Nam, but he's not the git. Okay, once he's left, interesting that Huithril Ragnarson's in there. We're going to besiege the fort. We should have enough troops to tell them to leave. We will leave the fort, but I can promise that you will not attack us. Yes, you have my word. You will not come under attack if you leave the fort. Weirdly, that's actually a Danish lord, so I don't know what he's doing conducting negotiations, but I guess he's the only lord inside, so it makes sense. We will take all these prisoners for ourselves, and we will give this to the grumpy guy, Dietrich Wolf here, and then we'll give the next one to Thorstein Olafsson to start getting these things back on side. So Cuil Nam should now have some troops inside. 99, excellent. We're going to head straight on to Goban. Hopefully there's no one inside apart from just the garrison. There is someone inside, that's a little bit annoying. If the person inside Goban could leave, like I think he has just done. Again, I'm hoping in diplomacy we can... Ooh. Can we very quickly get this? Besiege the castle. Go to the castle commander. Surrender. They're willing to leave this fort to you. How much way if you give me your word of honour that you'll leave us unmolested. Okay. We will take this fortress back. And I will give that to Dietrich. That's not how I say it. Durton Thorstein Olafsson, who has one relation with us, so he could really do some more. Wolf here doesn't like us either, but you know, what can you do? Can't plead everyone. Eduardo, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. How are you doing today? Okay. Via some sneaky politics, we have managed to take both these castles back. Now we're going to save so it doesn't crash, and we're also going to have a backup save so it doesn't crash again. There we go. And now we need to get out of the way of this guy. Hopefully this guy can get into Goblin quickly. I'm glad to hear it. That's good. We probably need to actually take this guy on, don't we? I'd really rather not, to be honest. So let's just see if we can get out of here. Oh, we got away with it. Oh my goodness. Right, well, that took us a lot. That was a lot quicker than the last time it took us before the crash. That took us about 15, maybe 20 minutes instead of 40. We kind of streamlined the process. Angle companion. We'll get some angle freeholders. We'll get some watchmen. We'll get a camp woman, although they're really not very good at all. And we'll move these guys down. We did also pick up these Saxon soldiers, so we should get them in to a better position, because this Saxon bodyguard is pretty damn strong. Saxon warrior we can move up as well as the veteran. We'll move the peasants down. The Viking we can move up because they're pretty strong. Okay. Let's head back to Kerajed, our castle. Okay. Wolf here has now got some troops again, which is excellent, because he didn't before. We'll get some more recruits here if we can. We'll manage the castle. I don't know if I want to build a conversion factor. I don't know if I want to build a shrine to the Norse gods, because it costs a lot and could cause riots which is not good. What if for the time being, if the religious differences gets too much, then we might need to think about it. I'm just going to drop off the kind of lower level troops here, the watchmen, the farmers, the peasant women. We'll go with this group of soldiers for the time being. That's okay. Oh, look at that Saxon bodyguard. Wonderful. So we've managed to retake our lands. Only with a few mishaps along the way. We have managed it. If I can get Wolf here to come with us, we might be able to even go and take over the last Ulaid. Yeah, Dunaverti up here. Let's give that a go. We give that to either Bodo or... No, I need you to come with me, please. I also want to assemble the army here. We might be able to get Bodo or the other guy with us. Although I think they might both be... I think they might both be in prison at the moment. Ooh, 106 and 178. That's not ideal. It's actually, I don't mind them raiding Trefgob. I'd much rather go after their castle and kick them off the mainland. We've got a little bit of a force here. Let's see if we can get Dunaverti siege down, or maybe even just done via. Oh, 336. That's not going to be as easy. 172, 215. That's like 470 troops against 336. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Especially as my troops are not very strong by any means. You know, a lot of them are still just peasants. I don't think that's doable for the time being. We're at war with these guys, the Ulaid. Lathan, I don't think we need to go after. I mean, we do, but they're kind of in quite isolated spots. Maybe we could try for Bjarnari. And, of course, Norway over here, who are just going to stay there for the time being because we have no ability to really go after them. No real ability to go after them for the time being. Let's head back and grab our ships, and we'll head to see if Lathan has got any weak targets we can go after. And we will also try to do a little bit of diplomacy, and try and make peace with at least some of these factions. Not necessarily all of them. I don't mind being at war with one or two factions, but being at war with three factions, that is a problem. You look like a nice isolated target for us to go after. And I think you were the guy who caused the crash last time. But this time we're actually going to do it on land. We will charge the enemy. Nine renown, battle advantage of 2. Let's get this done. We technically are the marshal, so we should have control over the whole of the very small amount of forces in the Kingdom of Britain. Let's get up on this very large hill. Let's hope we beat them to the hill before they beat us to the hill. It may not be easily doable. But because I am the marshal, I actually get to command these guys, which is nice. This is going to be a little bit of a tough one. I think they're actually going to get to the top before... Oh, yes, they are. They're going to get to the top before we do. That's a problem. Do we want to pull back? Let's pull back. Pull back to that hill over there. I'd rather they then come down the hill at us. Ooh, we might just be able to sneak it on. We might just be able to sneak onto this hill. If we do this carefully. Infantry here, spearmen, say there. Archers and skirmishers on the hill. And then hopefully we're just going to slowly edge our way over. We do have the numerical advantage, so we should be okay. I don't know if any of our archers can actually see any of their troops at the moment. It seems like not. There's the infantry, the spearmen are kind of getting in place as well. Okay, let's move forward. infantry here, spearmen here, archers here, and skirmishers on the very high ground there. We might just be able to claim this high ground off them. Hopefully. I'm not a great fan of us pushing them, but we don't seem to have much of a choice. Our spearmen are going really far forward. Let's bring them back a little bit. I'm not sure whether they pushed us, but I didn't want them to give them that massive hill. Spearmen are going to charge as our infantry. As our cavalry, if we have any. Although this isn't really a cavalry-based mod. There are cavalry, and obviously I'm on horse, but it's not really the main deal. Deal with you and your pitchfork. Okay. He seems to be losing more troops than we're losing, which is good, but that might also be because he has less troops than us. There goes our horse. Let's get everyone else charging, because we might need to save ourselves here. Trying to save our own skin. Horses are not very well defended. I'm used to the Prophecy of Pendor armoured horses, where they have just tons and tons of health. The Jatu war beasts, or the Noldor spirited hunters, but no. We just get horses. You're running away. You're not allowed to run away, my good man. You got in the way. Well, I do apologise, sir. Okay. Well, I'd say that's a pretty successful fight. That's only, what, 12 dead between the two of us. And we're not going to catch them, so we'll let them run. Do we take him prisoner? We may do, but also we helped Wolf here out, which means he likes us a bit more. Sadly, we don't get to take this guy prisoner, but we get some prisoners, if nothing else. And we'll take the 2 peasant women and just chuck them inside the castle, as we do with most of our peasant women, because they're not very good even when upgraded. They can be like very okay-ish archers, but apart from that, they're not great. Freeholders. Let's get some Angle companions. Angle freeholders. There we go. Share the loot as is common. Oh, we get an epic trophy. That will pay for our bills for a little while. Although I think we should still be making profit, which is nice. Because we're running a quite small campaign at the moment. Although we are going a little bit down on money. That's because we've been doing a lot of recruiting since our kind of mishap last stream. I don't think we're going to catch up to you. That's okay. We'll just go drop these prisoners off in Kerajed. We can sell these guys at a later date, especially as they're not lords. Obviously, when peace talks happen, the lords get repatriated back to, I don't know if that's the right word, but sent back to their native lands. But kind of the everyday prisoners don't get that luxury. One lost freeholder. And I'm going to go speak to my marshal, or my advisor, I guess. I don't know exactly what her name is. Well, I know she's called Brunhild. Yes, advisor. Okay, I want to dispatch an emissary to the Ulade. I want to enter a truce. We'll send Solvig. I'm going to pretty much try and make truce with all 3 of the kingdoms that are attacking us, because they're not all going to say yes anyway. So we'll send Agathinos to Norway, and we will send Bader over to Lathland to hopefully get a truce there. Maybe one of them will say yes. Something tells me they're not going to, because they haven't been. But I'd rather not fight 3 different kingdoms at the same time. We have a very small part of northwestern Scotland at the moment, or southwestern Scotland at the moment. There's no real immediate next spots. I mean, either Dunaverty, Balaverty, or we start mopping up the Kingdom of Lathland up here. So I'm actually going to go get my ships, and I'm going to have a look at the Kingdom of Lathland and see how they're doing. Because then I might be able to grab my lords and bring them over for a siege. You're currently a marshal. We will just embark now. That's okay. We can actually, for now, we can stop the marshalship. We can let them all go home. There we go. I don't think we need them actively right now. I just want to check out the Lathland places, see how they're doing. Specifically the ones here on the islands. So Bjarnori and then the Orkney Islands over the other side. We'll land here. How many men inside? 309. It's not terrible, but they are the Norse soldiers, which isn't great. We will check the Orkneys as well, see how many troops they have. We now have 4 kingdoms at war with us. The Orneal of Airlich have declared war against the Kingdom of Britain. Remind me just who they are, so I'm not messing them up with someone else. Kingdom of Britain. Okay, so the Airlich, that's these guys here in the dark red. That's not a huge concern, but being against having 4 people at war with us is not good. We do actually have enough right to rule, but we'll try to get some more. Let's go get you off to get some right to rule. Companions. Some more freeholders. Let's make sure all our army is fairly upgraded. We are struggling a little bit with morale, so we'll head back to relative safety. I do want to check the Orkneys though, so we will head over that way. Quickly, hopefully. But we are still making a lot of money per week, which is good. I want to check the Orkneys and see if they're maybe less guarded than the other one. Let's land. 429. Arguably not. Okay, let's go back to relative safety of our kind of little inlet there. You're just a trader, that's okay. Significant groups of people have been spotted near Kerajed. That's a concern. Run. Let's go back to Kerajed. We're going to need them there. If there is a siege going on, which I think there is going to be in the imminent future. Hello, you are Danish, thank goodness. Scared me there. Okay, so Lathland is not willing to conduct a peace. Sad, but understandable. Because they want Kerajed back, which is actually our mini capital. Let's get everyone upgraded, because if we are going for a siege, we're going to need the strongest troops we can get. And our morale is low. We need to get to a port, a safe port, quickly. That's actually not that simple. We'll come down there, and then we'll go to Edoras. Oh, there's a mutiny. Fun. An Anglo freeholder and a Norse companion. That's the second mutiny we've had today. Fairly quickly dealt with. I just need to get back. I can't stop for fights really unless they're worthwhile doing. We just need to get back to Edoras, our refuge, to be able to first of all get on land where its morale doesn't go down quite as much. We have a duel to the death. Wonderful. It's only an archer though. But these are troops I'd rather not be killing, but I don't seem to have a choice. Okay, we will go deal with our morale issue. I just wanted to scout out kind of how the Orkneys were doing in general. Let's go to the meat hall and go to Gula and raise the spirits of my men. 15 morale should at least buy us some time. It might also be that we have maybe no food. We have some food, but it's not very exciting food. We can probably get some more exciting food, so let's head to Bemba and do that. We can also sell off the gear we have. Kingdom of Norway feels he must pursue the war against me for a little bit longer for the sake of honour. He's not willing to conduct a peace either. So the only people we can really expect to give us a peace are maybe the Ulaid, because we've actually taken them. We've actually been going against them pretty well. Right, so let's go to trade with the locals. First of all, let's redeem our battle trophies, actually. It's a good amount of money. And we can sell all these off as well. For a little bit of spare money, but really it was the battle trophies that were going to get us the good money there. We'll take all the non-perishable food that we can. So fruit, bread, cheese, dried meat, etc. And we will head on our way. Where does the King of Northumbria reside? It's not actually that simple, is it? Because he doesn't seem to own any of these big towns, which you think he would. But I'd like to try and make friends with Norway, with the Northumbrians, and with Denmark to be allies in this part of the world. Because if I can be allies with them, I can go conquer Ireland and be relatively safe over there. Hopefully, at least that's the plan. Okay. Well, things have stabilised a bit, which is certainly good, because right at the beginning of this stream, this was not looking too good. Thank goodness, we have one piece. Well, handsome, I mean, warlord. At least, at last I found you. I've returned from my mission to the Kingdom of the Ulaid. In general, I'd say that the Kingdom of the Ulaid has suffered enough in the war with Guthlath of the Kingdom of Britain for too little gain, and it's ready to pursue a peace. Thank goodness. We gain quite a bit of right to rule, which is good. Let's save before the game crashes again, because it did last time. So we're now just back to war with 3 factions. Airlich up here, Lathland, and with Norway. I think the next plan is going to be to go after Lathland then. It's a little bit of an inconvenience to have a slightly spread out empire, but I think it will be worth it. Because we can't really go for Norway, and Airlich is very strong. They don't have many towns or cities, but the ones they do have are pretty well guarded. Let's call the banners and see how many troops turn up. Probably not many, because I know the AI lords don't really like to turn up that much. But let's see who turns up, if anyone. And then we can kind of work out really how many troops we have to work with, because maybe we can go up to Lathland and take those ones. Stop improving the Christian faith in Kerajed. That's not helping anything. Because now I'm just going to be more and more opposed. I think we have to... Okay, I think we have to produce... I think we're going to have to produce something with the pagan practices. Because otherwise... Yeah. It's gonna be, they're very hostile to me. In time, I'm hoping we can repair those relations. That might have been a bad idea. But at least it's not a city. If it was a city, that would be a lot more of an issue, I think. But I would like to get them to become... I would certainly like them to become pagan, just purely for the sake of that monastery not causing any issues anymore. So who do we have with us? We've got Thorstein with 191 troops. We have Boda with 21. Don Chad with 24. I'm guessing the other guy, Wolf here, is not going to come along. He's coming at Cuil Nam. Let's go speak to what's his face at Cuil Nam. Wolf here. 182. Let's try to get him to come along for the ride. Where is he? There he is, Wolf here. I have a new task for me. Or new task for you, sorry. You need to follow me. He will never come out on campaign, I don't think, unless we actively push him to do so. What are you and your men doing? You are retreating, which means there's someone over here. Ah, just these robbers. We are going to go via the sea, if you guys would come with me. And we're going to go try take out some of Lathan's land. Hang on, let's make sure everyone's here. At least Wolf here and the other guy, because those are the two important guys with lots of... Those are the two important guys, that's for sure. And we're going to go to the Kingdom of Lathland. And we're going to go try to take these bits of land for Bodo and for Don Chad. Okay, let's make sure we are relatively safe. I think it might just be the two other lords. I think Bodo might have been lost at sea, or something similar. Let's try to get up there as quickly as possible. Yeah, Bodo was defeated. Okay, that's unfortunate. We'll just have to make that work. And let's land. Okay, let's wait here for the other ship to catch up. That's Thorsten. Where's Wolf here? Where is Wolf here? He's in the field because of Don Olach at the moment. He's back here. What's he doing? He's running away. This is the problem. We'll land here. We'll land somewhere. One lord will disembark with me. And we need to find Wolf here again. And ask him to come. I wish to ask you something. Where is Wolf here? He should be close to Dunbreton. What was he doing at Dunbreton? Oh, he's coming back on land, I see. Let's go find him and bring him over. He's going to be a real pain. Okay, Cuil Nam has been besieged. Everything else stops. Everything else stops. Back to Cuil Nam we go. Can we save Cuil Nam? That's the question. Cuil Nam is the important one. Oh, that's quite a few Norwegians. Blimey. I don't know if we can take all of them on. How many troops do we have inside Cuil Nam? It's not going to be enough, is it? Cuil Nam's not going to have anywhere near enough troops to be able to take on 800 troops of the Norwegians. There's only 99 troops inside Cuil Nam itself. If I could bait one of them into coming in attacking on the open field, that'd be good. And then we can hopefully deal with one of them. I just need to get one of them by themselves. Preferably not the... this is not ideal. Definitely not ideal. I will happily accept 2 berserkers. We're going to blooming well need them. This guy with 486 troops. Good grief. Okay, chase me, please. No. If I get into Cuil Nam now, I might stand a chance. Before any others get in there. Because that would be just about the amount we need. No, it's not. I've made a horrible mistake. Again. It's going to be a back and forth, isn't it, this campaign? No, don't charge yet. What am I doing? We're not going to be able to take on this many. The thing is, if I retreat, it's just I'm not going to be able, I can't actually get outside the walls. I don't think there's any way for me to literally run outside the walls. I thought I could just take those guys out by themselves and go up against 300 of them, but it seems not. It seems that the other guys get drawn into the fight regardless. I suppose I shouldn't have expected that it would be okay, but I hoped. We're not going to be able to take on 700 Norwegians, that's for sure. Everyone charge. Try and bottleneck them as best possible on the ladders. It's the only chance we have, especially if I don't actually, you know, throw weapons at my own troops. That might be useful. Everyone charge. Try to deal with you if we can, because you look strong and important. We'll put up an okay defence, but we're not going to win against, you know, 4 or 5 times our number. I'm going to come down and try to draw some away from the ladder if I can. Even 1 or 2 would be useful. I just need to make sure to pick up some spare shields when I can. Ow. Please leave me alone. There's quite a few of you here, actually. Bugger off. Bother someone else. Right. I shouldn't have gone into this fight at all. I should have just let the castle fall. That would have been the much better option. I should just let the castle fall and then retaken it straight back off them. Because now I'm going to have to go recruit a whole bunch of new troops. Not the best decision making, that's for sure. We'll go down again, I think. Try to do some damage from down here. Charge. Chop your head off, chop your head off. Chop, hopefully lots of people's head off. Without dying. The more people I can draw away from the ladders, though, the better, really. There was something a little bit like, not save scummy necessarily, but something I could do to kind of even the odds slightly, but I consider that a bit, not necessarily cheaty, but not really in the spirit of the game. Let's try to get that banner bearer if we can. Try and knacker them around at least a little bit. Nope, the banner bearer got me. Well, we'll keep on going until we die. I definitely should have stayed outside the castle and just retaken it via diplomacy when the time was right. Damn. It's definitely going to be a bit of a back and forth, this whole campaign. We'll make our last stand. As best we can. At least we won't need to go around getting the recruitment rights next time. We will just have the... We would have the ability to recruit. We just need to go around and actually recruit the troops. It's just money and time invested that I don't want to. I wouldn't want to have had to have done again, but I won't have a choice now. Okay, let's just. We will. Yeah, we'll finish this out. There we go. We lose on strength. Wonderful. That's not great. We lost Cuil Nam to the Norwegians. I shouldn't have joined the engagement in the first place. Bad decision making. If I now... I might just be able to take it straight back, depending on where everyone else is. Are they all in Kerajed? Where is everyone? End the campaign and restart the campaign. We might just be able to... We might be able to just... There might be a goblin. We'll go to goblin and see if they're there. They're not there. Wolf is here. We can just take it straight back. Purely just off the troops we have here. Well, I can't seem to actually besiege it, which is interesting. Notes, factions. We're still at war with Norway, aren't we? War may soon end with a truce, absolutely. Why can't I take Cuil Nam back then? Interesting. Let's just go to Kerajed, get some troops. That might be why. We'll grab some young warriors. We are kind of low on morale, but we're going to head back to Cuil Nam. Besiege the town. Wait for everyone to catch up. Go to Cuil Nam. Besiege the castle. Get them to surrender because they don't have many troops here. And we can give this straight back to Wolf here. That actually gives us some more relation with him as well. We need to give Don Chad and we need to give Bodo some castles next. So we're taking Cuil Nam back, but we could have done that without the loss of all our troops. I think that's the important thing there that we kind of have messed up on slightly. I will let these guys now go around their business, so we will return home, end the task force as it were, and we're going to need to go do some army repairs as well, because Kerajed is now fairly undefended in terms of troops, which is not good. Were you two just fighting each other? I think he might have been. Sweet Asgard, how's the child doing? I'm thinking a name for the child. If we have a boy, his name would be Bluff. But if we have a girl, her name would be like mine, Asgard. Sure. Interesting. Brunhild. I would actually really like to make peace with Norway. I don't see any reason to stay at war with Norway. We will send Solvi to get a truce, hopefully. There might be a chance we can get a truce with Norway. We'll have to see. Let's go recruiting if we can, hopefully with relative safety. We've got everything set up in that part of the world, so let's go via Edoras just to get a little bit more morale for our troops. I'll speak with Gula here, or Gula, however one says it. And then we're going to go pretty much via all the villages, apart from probably that one. We'll start with Bebenham South. Meet the leader. Not there. Middlesham, I think we can go to. I think we can recruit from there. Because you can't just recruit from everywhere. You have to kind of go around and actually seek permission from either the Lord or the local leader or someone of importance. 15 peasants, that'll do. We just need to get more troops back into army quickly, that's for sure. I honestly have no reason to stay at war with Norway. It's not going to help me to stay at war with Norway. If I can make peace with them, that will leave me to go to war with Aelich and with Lathand, which would be a much simpler task, I think. Because Norway are a blooming strong force, that's for sure. They're a strong faction, and they have their own kind of safety net by having this whole landmass over here where no one really goes to siege. So in that regard, we want to kind of do our best to not be at war with them, to be honest. It doesn't serve our purposes. If we can go after those renegades, we will, because that's 14 young warriors, which we can add to our army. And young warriors are fairly, average troops, but they do okay. They're these young men with spears and shields. They can be good as part of a wider army. I certainly wouldn't use them purely by themselves. So we lost our horse. We have. God damn it! Those horses are expensive. Vader, as our probably lone cavalryman, I want you to dismount your horse. Possibly your lame pony. Yes, it is a lame pony, but it's now my lame pony. And we're going to steal it off you next. We'll steal it off you once this battle's over. Are they coming in for us? They are. Good. Let's get the skirms at the back if we can. Infantry at the front. Everything else doesn't particularly matter. I think there's only 1 or 2 cavalrymen and 1 or 2 spearmen. As we are still very much a renewed army. I think we'll be okay to deal with these guys. And purely just having some extra young warriors in the army will be useful. As long as we don't lose kind of 15 young warriors, can't speak. As long as we don't lose too many young warriors in this engagement, we should be okay. I don't know if young warriors have throwing weapons. I guess they do. Yeah, I think they have javelins and then axes or something. Yes, they do have throwing weapons, so they can be pretty useful there. That's good. Everyone charge. Now, at this point... Wow, this lame pony is so incredibly slow. It's hard to even get any speed up at all, but we are managing it to some extent. Let's chop your head off. Chop as many people's heads off as possible. Oh, did we really hit his shield? I think we did. Ah, my phone has died. I wonder if someone could tell me how long I've been streaming for. I would greatly appreciate it. As I don't want to have to tab out the stream and then there'd be flashing black on the screen. That's not very useful. I do need to really get a second monitor. Thank you, Whiskers. 1 hour 53. We'll go for a little bit longer. We all let them go. We defeated the enemy. 8 morale, 3 renown. That's 13 young warriors, and I'll take the farmers as well because they can turn into watchmen or hornmen. Not great troops, but they all do a job. We will share the loot. I think we'll go for like another 20 minutes or so. We'll have to see. If this is like a natural stopping point, we'll see how it goes. We will sell that at Jorvik, I think. We might be able to sell our prisoners there as well. If there's a prison broker, no, that's a belligerent drunk. Let's try not aggro the belligerent drunk because it's actually one of the quests I really don't like in Warband. It's not really a quest; it's just a fight, but it's just I feel a bit of an unnecessary addition. We'll pick up some more food where we can. The good thing is like in this as opposed to Pendor, I'm actually keeping up in terms of money, but keeping up in terms of troops is a whole different question. We'll head to Mamham or Mamiham. Mameham. And we can finally recruit in here now. Excellent. I don't know if we've had any more defections, but we'll have to see. I don't really want to push out and try siege somewhere else until we're at peace with Norway. Speaking of which, well, Handsome, I mean Warlord. She always calls me handsome, it's very nice of her. I've returned from my mission to the Kingdom of Norway. In general, I'd say that King Harald Halfdanson of the Kingdom of Norway distrusts Gustav of the Kingdom of Britain and fears that any deal struck between the two realms will not be kept. He is not willing to conclude a peace, the bastard. We're just going to keep on sending him annoying messages. You receive Don Chad's annoyed that he doesn't have any land. There's not much we can do about that. We probably should have divided kind of the places we took here a little bit better. Maybe we could go try to take Dunaverty if we recall the banners. If we recall the banners, let's see how many troops we can get together. We might be able to go take Dunaverty via a land campaign. That might be... This is new. My lord, we captured a murderer. This is the man who attacked one of our messengers in Caer Rajed, who is lying seriously injured in bed. That rhymed. Caer Rajed in bed. This doesn't show in a good light, for the messenger was under your protection. However, the attacker has an interesting story, and he wishes to talk before his execution. The prisoner's story. My lord, I would never have thought of attacking your messenger, but that man wished to sleep with my young daughter at night, and that offer was refused. However, he did not accept our answer, entered my house with 3 friends, and raped my dear daughter, laughingly tell me all the while that you would never believe the word of a commoner. A father must protect his only child. I'll be reasonable, you will only be hanged. Honestly, if you're telling the truth, you're allowed to go. Caer Rajed's not going to like us. And the morale goes down. That was a bad decision, wasn't it? Okay, here we go. This is a good amount of troops. We're going to have to go find Wolf here, because Wolf here is not going to come do our bidding. You actually are, because you're a good marshal. You're a lord, I should say. Where is Wolf here? Wolf here is at Cuil Nam. That makes sense. That is his castle. Let's try and bring him along for the engagement. He's got 265. We need to really bring him along. My good man, where are you? Wolf here. Why would you not... First of all, can you help me improve relations here? It would be good. 500 pennies. There you go. Cuil Nam relations improved. What are you and your men doing? You need to reinforce it as poorly garrisoned. Honestly, I can't. I can't deny that. That's pretty true. It is pretty poorly garrisoned here at Cuil Nam. I'm sure actually is Goblin a bit better protected. It is now. Let's try go take Balaverti if we can. No, we can't. We are no longer at war with the Ulade. That poses a problem. Okay. Don Chad might just have to end up leaving. Everyone can return home. That's fine. And you don't need to follow me. That's okay. You're free to do as you like. Actually, getting protection in Cuil Nam is not a bad thing. So you're free to do as you like. Go to Cuil Nam, get it defended, get it protected. That's not a problem. I don't know what we're going to do about Don Chad and giving him some land, because I don't even have any spare land to give to him, I don't think. Because if I go to notes, factions, get some of Britain. Yeah, all I own is Caer Rajed, so I can't really get anyone else. I can't really give any land to anyone else yet until I grab some new land. By the way, I think it's time to change this up. While we upgrade we're going to go from Gustav to King Gustav. How long we stay as king is anyone's guess, but we're at least for the while we're going to stylize ourselves as king. We'll go for one more in charisma. No, we'll go for one more intelligence. I think intelligence is useful. We will go for looting. Will we? That's a terrible idea. We'll go for power throw, we'll get a bit more fighting. And we'll go for some pathfinding as well. And we will upgrade our two-handed in case we go for a two-handed tournament or anything like that. But I think that will do it for today. We've had some interesting complications with the stream and also within the game. We had a crash, we lost our territory, we gained our territory, we lost our territory, and then we gained our territory again. It's been a bit of a up and down roundabout route. But thank you so much for watching. Cucumbers, Whiskers, Eduardo for dropping by as well. I do always really appreciate you guys dropping by. And anyone else watching on YouTube at this point, thank you very much as well. Take care. Bye bye.